Hey everyone, thanks for watching. It is the last weekend of our walleye and pike fishing for most bodies of water here in Minnesota. Fortunately, the fishing forecast for northern Minnesota, southern Minnesota, all of Minnesota is looking great for the upcoming weekend. We've been plagued with very high barometric pressure, and along that came some brutally cold temps. We're about to see a huge change with our barometric pressure, temperatures, wind direction, everything. So let's take a look and see how hot the bite's going to be this weekend. For Friday, February 21st, the wind is finally going to switch and come out of the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Our barometric pressure has been above 30.6 for days now with those cold temps, and we're finally going to see it start to fall and eventually get back into that normal 30.0 range. We have a waning moon period right now with a new moon coming up next week. I really love Friday morning because we have a major 2-hour moon period that overlaps the sunrise. So we got three good things happening. We got falling barometric pressure, we have sunrise bite, and then we have our major moon period all tying in together. So Friday morning looks awesome, and the rest of the day should be good too as that pressure starts to fall back into that normal range that we haven't seen for over a week now. So these fish should be ready to feed and ready to be active here as we have these longer days. So sunrise, 7:07 a.m., getting earlier and earlier, and our sunrise is getting later and later, gaining right around 20 minutes of daylight a week now. So Friday, things are really starting to heat up. I'm excited to see how things go. On Saturday, we're going to see lighter winds, 5 to 10, which should be very comfortable, and the temperatures are going to rise as well. I think we're going to be right around that freezing point, 32, 33, 34 degrees. So very comfortable considered what we just went through earlier in the week. Notice our barometric pressure is all the way down to 30.1. That is considered to be the normal range. So these fish should be feeling very comfortable and looking to feed as these days get longer. Again, we have another major moon period hitting sunrise. I plan on being out Saturday morning with that perfect barometric pressure, sunrise bite, major moon period. It doesn't get much better than that. So Saturday morning, I'm going to give an A grade. We haven't seen fishing conditions this good for quite some time. So I'm excited to get out Saturday morning. We do have a minor later on in the late morning around 11 o'clock. But overall, Saturday throughout the day should be good, but I'm really focusing in on that morning bite with that major moon period and falling pressure. So A grade all day Saturday. For Sunday, we have more of the same, southwest winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour, warmer temps. Parts of the state are going to see 40 degrees, I believe. And notice our barometric pressure is right at average, 29.9, and it is going to continue to fall. So Sunday morning is going to be better than Sunday evening, just because the barometric pressure is really going to start to bottom out. And I've seen forecasts where it's going to get down to like 29.5, 29.6. When barometric pressure, just like when it gets high, when it gets really low, below average, fishing tends to slow down as well, because again, that's another big change on these fish's swim bladders. So you'll notice not as much with the moon, 22%. Our major moon period is sliding past sunrise, but that whole morning bite should still be good with that barometric pressure falling. But again, I predict Sunday morning to be much better than Sunday evening, because we are going to see some pretty low barometric pressure, and fishing typically is not great during those times. And for those of you that are fishing Monday, have the day off, we're going to have west winds, again, right around 10 miles per hour. Our barometric pressure is still going to be low, which means I expect fishing to still be slow. It is on the rise a little bit, so it might be a little bit better in the afternoon or evening. But again, until that barometric pressure gets back up into that normal range, fishing is going to be a little bit slower than it probably was on Friday and Saturday. So our major and minor periods aren't helping us out much with sunrise and sunset bite, but they do tend to get things moving along during the day, especially if you're on a lake like Lake of the Woods, where the water is staying and the fish bite well during the day. And same thing with Red Lake. So we could see some bite windows opening up during those times. So once again, Monday, slow, but better than cold temperatures and high winds. So can't complain. Here's your overall recap and summary for the fishing forecast this weekend. Notice Saturday is probably going to be our best day, and then Sunday morning as well. Those temperatures look great. The wind is not going to be howling out of the north. We're going to see a lot of southwest winds. So we should have some very comfortable and tolerable fishing conditions. So thank you for watching. Once again, Sport North MN. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends if they are interested in a weekly fishing forecast for Minnesota. So again, you can't choose the weather, but you can choose when you go fishing. So hopefully we'll see you guys next week.